New cards, PogChamp. New cards, PogChamp. First up, some old cards. These are some classic debut scenes we are getting alt artworks for. First up, we've got Dark. We already have this art. We literally already have this art, right? Am I crazy? Don't we already have this art? Okay. We have a new Dark Magician. Wait, we have all these arts. What the fuck? We have literally every one of these arts. Oh, but now they're QCR! What if the alt art was QCR? Oh, man. That's, okay. All right. Next up. Okay, these are actually alt arts. More QCAC art reveals. So if you're unfamiliar, quarter century art collection, I believe it's just a bunch of cards that they were like, we're going to put these cool new arts in quarter century rare. Okay. So first up is Valor. Love it. We've been hurting for a new Valor art for a while. I do like this one a great deal. I pointed out that the first Valor art is kind of how to draw anime, and Keegan pointed out this is how to draw anime volume 2. To me, that's a strict improvement. Folks, we like it. I like the little orb. There's no reason for the orb to be there. However, unless it comes Noble Knight Platinum box set rare, I probably will not play it. Then we have Nibiru. Okay, I might be in the minority on this. I don't like this art at all. I really like Stone Nibiru. I like the token that's kind of mysterious. I don't like seeing him. This is Nibiru? No, dude. I like the rock. And like the rock makes sense because like the rock's name is Nibiru. Like Nibiru is an evil planet, right? Like that's the concept. Ugh. I don't like him. He's all like, he looks like threaded together too, but those are muscles because you can see the veins coming off his hands, and like he clearly has these like 4 Doc Ock style appendages, but only one's really on screen. I don't like it. It sucks. He looks like a worm. They gave him abs though. It's kind of weird. Why is this a rock monster? It makes sense that Nibiru's a rock monster because it's a rock, but not this Nibiru. All right, so we have new Ausa. Okay. I don't know. I didn't think we really needed a new Ausa. New area. Didn't think we really needed a new area. This is a cool Hita. This Hita is cool. We got her. We have Lina. Do we just not get a Dark? Fuck you, Dark. Die. We have the old hand traps. I love this Ghost Ogre art. The Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries alt is so fucking funny to me because someone took a look at this art right here and they were like, "Oh man, we got to fix this art. She's just kind of standing there. How about this?" And she's like still just standing there. It's like, okay, I like what is the functional difference between this and this? It's like the same fucking art. I love it. It's great. We have Feet Ash. I like the alt position for Ghost Bell and Haunted Mansion, but it's not a particularly dynamic one. The Spooky Dogwood extra art, also kind of strange. Ghost Mourner and Moonlit Chill, I kind of like because she's like mourning in this one. Like in the other one, she's not really mourning. And honestly, despite the fact that this Droll and Lockbird whips ass, like this is a really cool pose for them to be in. I do kind of like the old one, which is also a really cool pose for them to be in. It kind of suffers from having exactly 2 good arts. The one huge upgrade for the Ghost Girls, of course, is Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit that I vastly prefer to the original. It's really, really cool. And Phantasme. Again, why did we need a new Phantasme? Was there like, oh, that other Phantasme isn't good enough? Like, that's what new Phantasme looks like. Sear that image into your mind. Here's what old Phantasme looks like. Right? Like, is that... He's just facing a different direction. He's not even doing anything. I don't know. He's stanced up. Nightmare Unicorn. We have Apollosa. We have DD Crow. We have... Okay, we all know these. triple tack. Triple tack being in the QCAC box is pretty important just because it means that, like, ideally this card will be cheaper now that it's in 15 different rarities. Unfortunately, in the reveal of this, well, we'll get to it momentarily, but they did reveal some stuff that's going to be in Stampede as well. So this is the series of cards, if you're unfamiliar, that we voted on. And there's good stuff and there's bad stuff. The bad news is there's no Airneos. They even were like the #1 most voted thing is Amaryllis, which makes me feel like they are not going to ever give us Airneos under any, circumstances. But we've got New Ecclesia. I love this New Ecclesia. New Ecclesia, great one. We have Blue Eyes Chaos Max, I think new art. We have Access Code Talker real. It's the actual real art. Holy shit-a-moly. Let's go, baby. We have Scully, Buster Blader, Oppression. So good for Edison. So good for Edison to have this in something that's not a rare that you found in your closet 15 years ago. Construct, UCT, Runic Fountain, wonderful reprint. Wonderful reprint. All right, and that's like a lot of cool reprint news. Let's do the actual cards. So, first up is Dragon Tail, which is fucked up because I already used Dragon Tail in a 10-minute testing intro, which means I have to do something else for these. Come along and take my hand. Let's all go to Dragon Land. All right, let me get your opinions. Which Dragon Tail is like the most fuckable? I remember as a kid, and this may just be me revealing that I'm fucked up, I really thought like Zack and Wheezy was like cool. I was like, I love Zack and Wheezy, man. Me and Zack and Wheezy, we get along real good. They're kids? No, they're 1,000 years old. There's actually an episode where Zack and Wheezy get separated. They become two different dragons instead of one dragon sharing two heads. And I remember that happened, and I was like, put him back. Put him back, man. I don't like him. And they ended up going back because they didn't like being separated. Unc, aren't you pushing 30? Yeah, I watched this shit when it debuted. I have formative memories of sitting in front of the television on PBS waiting for the world premiere of Dragon Tales. Why is one named Zack and the other Wheezy? That's just their names, baby. Disgusting. Oh my, gross. I don't like them. Put them back. This is a good stream. All right. Okay, so pack art showing more yummy monsters. All right, okay, like you probably don't need to be calling the furry yummy. I mean, that's kind of gross. In addition to the boss monsters previously revealed. Gotcha. The monsters are called yummies. But we have a significant amount of the Dragon Tail cards, so we can now start evaluating those. Let's begin with Dragon Tail Lucius. If this card is normally special summoned, you can add a Dragon Tail monster from your deck to your hand, except Dragon Tail Lucius. If this card is sent to the graveyard as material for a fusion summon, you can set a Dragon Tail spell trap from your deck. Get excited to hear this, by the way. You're going to hear it a lot. During the main phase, you can discard this card, fusion summon a Dragon or Spellcaster fusion from your extra deck, using monsters from your hand or field as material. If this card is sent to the graveyard as material for a fusion summon, you can set a Dragon Tail spell trap from your deck. If this card is sent to the graveyard as material for a fusion summon, you can set a Dragon Tail spell trap from your deck, then destroy a monster on the field. If a face-up fusion monster you control is destroyed by an opponent's card effect while this card is in your graveyard, you can put this card on the bottom of the deck. And if you do, special summon a non-fusion Dragon Tail from your graveyard. If this card is sent to the graveyard as material for a fusion summon, you can set a Dragon Tail spell trap from your deck. Then you can destroy a spell trap on the field. And if this card is in your graveyard, you can target a spellcaster Dragon Tail monster in your graveyard. Put this card on the bottom of the deck. And if you do, add that monster to your hand. And then the fusions. First up is Altharion. If this card is fusion summon, you can target monsters on the field or in any graveyards up to the number of monsters used as material from the hand. Return them to the hand. If two or more monsters are sent to the graveyard at the same time while this card is in your graveyard, special discard but banish it when it leaves the field. And then Dragon Tail Graymeal. This is a Dragon Tail and a monster in the hand. When you activate a Dragon Tail card or effect, you can target a card your opponent controls, destroy it. If two or more monsters are sent to the graveyard at the same time, summon this asshole back. And then the spell traps, you have K2 Dragon Tail, add a Dragon Tail from your deck to your hand. Then if your opponent controls a monster, you can do a fusion summon. Rahu Dragon Tail, which says fusion a Dragon Tail from your extra deck using monsters from your hand, deck, or field as material. Also, you can special summon from the extra deck for the rest of the turn after this card resolves, except fusion monsters. Dragon Tail Horn, which says target an attack position monster, return it to the hand or extra deck, then put a Dragon Tail card from your graveyard or banishment on the bottom of the deck, draw a card. And Dragon Tail Flame, which says target a face-up spell on the field, negate its effects, and you can put a Dragon Tail card from your graveyard or banishment on the bottom of the deck, then draw a card. So the deal with these cards is, as people have kind of already understood, they don't do a lot, right? Like they are a really streamlined series of cards that set up a play. That said, the play is really enough. It strikes me as, during the year of floor, important that decks have a consistent way to get themselves in a position to kind of overwhelm their opponents in sort of card advantage. And, you know, these strike me as the same type of game plan as a deck like Chimera, right? Does the fusion monster win the game on the spot a la Branded? No, obviously not, right? But does it do a little and enable a resource loop that allows you to go like +7 over an opponent over a couple of turns? Yes, for sure. I think that there will be a home for these cards for that reason. But it may take a little while to get there. It's one of those scenarios where, like, I think in order for them to be consistently playable or like eligible for best deck status, it would have to be people become so enamored with the concept of non-engine that consistent, repeatable setups like Chimera become like the play du jour, or a card is released that pushes these into the stratosphere. Like they release an additional Dragon Tail that's just Mirror Jade, right? Or someone figures out a mechanism by which this deck can access some of the powerful fusion monsters in other archetypes. People have floated an ability to go like Winda through Shaddolls, which, again, these can do. But if that was good, Shaddol would be good, and it isn't. I think there is a lot of potential for this archetype for sure. And unlike pretty much all the other like fusion decks, Tearlament, Shaddolls, etc., Branded, you do have space in this one to play non-engine, which is nice. I mean, it's not always a given. So a lot of potential in these cards. Very promising stuff. Admittedly, already kind of playable, provided that we continue in floor format. Now, let's just for a second imagine how a line would go. Like, this card just adds a Dragon Tail from deck to hand. You can add this one and immediately fusion summon. Any of these cards being used as fusion material lets you set a spell, and you're probably setting Rehu, which is branded fusion. If you already have access to that, you can set one of these guys as disruption. Getting to these monsters gets you into a position where, like, you can flip the trap card and then, like, bounce a card, draw a card, and trigger the effect of the Grammel in order to pop an opponent's card. Spell Negate is pretty sexy, by the way. It's nice. It is nice for sure. But we'll see. Next up. We may have already done this one. Stop your opponent in their tracks with Solicer Crystal. You can only use the first and third effects of this card's name once per turn. If your opponent controls 2 or more monsters than you do, you can special this card from your hand. Can't be destroyed by card effects. You can target an effect monster your opponent controls, negate its effects. Thank God, man. I think we're past the period of good V-jumps. I appreciate that. I like that I don't have to, like, hunt down a Link Haribo in the modern era. Thank God. This card's terrible. It's miserably bad. I do like that they put the fucking Fiend Mega Cyber summoning condition on it. They're like, I don't know. Was this shit playable in 04? No? Okay. Can't be destroyed by card effects. That's, like, really tough because, like, how are you going to out this 1900 defense monster by battle? Oh, man. Amazing cube card, though. Yeah, really, really fun in cube, for sure. This is like, this is the type of card they print, and I'm like, they gotta be planning for cube. Like, RJ has to be secretly working at Konami, just printing cards specifically for cube, directly to put into a cube. Doesn't this card out Detonator? I mean, no, it doesn't, right? You go activate the effect. They go detonator, target itself, pop detonator, twins, target detonator, detonator effect, and then you've got 2 materials again. It's like it beats detonator the same way triple tack beats detonator, except it has none of the flexibility of triple tack. Oh boy. Yeah, but it kind of looks like Hulk. You know, admittedly, it does kind of look like if Hulk spent a weekend hanging out with the Tistinas, right? It's like, this is Hulk after he gets the experimental Tistina surgery. The Divine Domain is just a one of those like Turkish hair plug places. Oh no. Okay. Forge a road to victory with Saiba the Roaring Swordsmith. Okay. You can target a level 6 or lower warrior monster in your graveyard, special summon it, but its effects are negated. Also, this card cannot be used as synchro material for the rest of the turn. During your opponent's main phase, you can immediately after this effect resolve synchro summon using a warrior monster you control as material. Fine, it's just another XL. This card's interesting. I think that a lot of people are kind of sleeping on the fact that it lets you ladder. Like, that's important. Being 7 means that you can use a copy of like Raynaud and a Soul Icer Crystal, and then you can bring back the Raynaud and go to something relevant. I don't know. It's, you know, I could see this seeing play, but not in an exciting way. In a now here's the ass dragon part of the combo way. Wait, it can't be used as synchro material for the rest of the turn? Wait, what's the use case for this card? Wait, what the fuck? Sure. Maybe there's an 8 you want to go into on your opponent's turn with the XL effect. Awesome. Summon another guy, make another 7 overlay. Yeah, it's just Satellite Warrior setups. We were not hurting for those. All right, next up. New Gaia PogChamp. New Gaia PogChamp. Okay, so here's a significant amount of cards. This first one is a Millennium. So they're just going to release new Millenniums all the time. So if a level 5 or higher monster is on the field, you can normal summon this card without attributing. Increase the levels of monsters your opponent normal or special summons and attack by 7. When your opponent activates a monster effect, you can send another level 5 or higher monster card you control to the graveyard and negate the activation if you do destroy that card. So this card's really good for Millennium. I will be completely honest with you. Millennium is kind of in a dearth of good shit to do with all their dick assholes, right? Like, Millennium is an archetype that does a whole lot of nothing and then activates Ankh. So getting a card that does something is good. This is sort of a monster negate because you have to send another level 5 or higher. It's like, now we can finally do something with all these stupid assholes who stay on our field. The funniest part of this card is the Strange Floodgate, which is like, it increases level by 7. That seems like it wouldn't do a lot, and to be clear, there are a lot of archetypes against which it does nothing. But there's also a lot where it wins the game immediately. Like, you stick this versus Ryziel, and it's like, shit, what am I going to make, an 11-star? Like, I'm boarding into, like, an 11-star Xyz guy. However, you may have noticed that it is not all monsters. It is the monsters summoned in attack position. So you can play around it the same way you'd play around M-Pen. It's just, it is very funny. But there are some cards you can't put in defense position. Those are links, and the links are always going to be level 7, right? Anyway, the important part of this card isn't its strange-ass effect. It isn't its weird-ass condition. It's the fact that it is a card you can normal summon in Millennium, which they currently lack. Like, that's fine. That is okay. They will take it at this point. That deck is playing 5 appendages of the Forbidden One. You give them 1 playable card, they're going to lose it. Next up. Vice Shark! We are just going to print an additional shark every set until the cows come home. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can tribute 1 fish monster, special a fish shark monster from your deck, Also, you're waterlocked. And a Shark Drake can now negate spell traps. The short of it is, the problem with sharks is not the lack of individual card quality. It's that the game plan directly competes with a dozen other game plans that do similar things. You can print all the shit for sharks in the world. It's not going to change the fundamental truth that unless they get a game plan better than just make a rank 4, they are not going to be tiered. However, this card is damn good. This card is like crazy strong. It is better Bea Tuneful Princess, which is great news. Because that card is poopy pee bad. Special summon a fish shark monster from your deck is insane. It doesn't negate the effects, so you could just get Buzzsaw a la Bea Tuneful Princess. Having a foreign grave matters. This extra effect is almost always online. You can really easily get this as material under a Shark Drake. And Spell Trap negation is something the deck really was pressed for. I like it, for sure. I think it's a really cool card. I think it opens up a lot of interesting new lines and avenues for sharks. And I don't say this often, I am excited to see exactly Peeps Yu-Gi-Oh! Tinker with this card. I think that he will be able to put something interesting together involving this card. In fact, Peeps is in chat here and says, at present, the only cards that do anything are Buzzsaw, Big Jaws, and occasionally Hydrojet, so more copies of those cards is good. And to be clear, the only person I trust with Sharks is Peeps. You got his invite, I think, last year with Shark. I don't know how he did that. Like, to this day, I'm like, what the fuck? It was like a remote regional flight that he just won, like, drolling people. If I recall correctly, it was like a year and a half ago. Didn't he beat me? It was like, I remember playing 2 remote dual regional flights that day. The second one I ended up winning, but the first one I lost, maybe even in round 1, because I played against Peeps and I was on like Adventure branded, and he just drolled me twice, and I was like, fuck, like I guess I'm dead. It was like Droll, Gozen, Kragan type shit. That was a hell of a deck. Anyway, I guess they've decided we're just getting Sharks forever. They're going to give him a Poplar. They're going to give him a second Bea Tuneful Princess, and they're allowed. This, when it comes to decks that you sort of keep in your back pocket, you pet deck and you occasionally one trick, I recommend Hero. I recommend Shark. This is a deck that is going to get support until the end of time. It's fun to have around. All right, so this will probably be stapled onto last week's new cards because we're not losing that footage. All right, ready? New cards, PogChamp. New cards, PogChamp. So here's the deal. The day after we finished New Cards PogChamp last week, they released 6 new cards. So we have to do them. First up, we have to talk about Gogogo going for it with the new Kaka cards. Well, I probably would not have called them Kaka cards, but, I guess we'll make that determination ourselves. Very sorry for Jaxel's next of kin, who will be inheriting his business. He's been crashing out for the last couple of days, just by virtue of the fact that there's new Utopia cards. And why is that? It's because Utopia is so fundamentally broken at a base level that anything that gives him hope is probably an antagonist to him. So let's check out these new Kaka cards. We'll begin with Zubababa Knight. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. If this card is normal or special, you can activate one of these effects. Add a Zubababa. Oh, we got to play Zubababa Bancho Gaga code again. If you do, this card's level becomes that monster's. Destroy an opponent's level 4 or lower defense position monster. If this card is detached to activate an Xyz monster's effect, you can add a Gaga monster from your deck to your hand. That's kind of cool. At least it would be cool if the problem with Utopia was that it didn't have follow-up. The problem is still going to be it doesn't have follow-up because all of its stuff lives in the extra deck. So after you go through 15 cards over the course of your combo, yeah, you can normal a Gaga afterwards and do what? Attack? After that, we've got Gagaga Ganbara Knight. You can reveal a Gogogo monster in your extra deck, special summon this card from your hand, then special summon a Gogogo from your hand or change the battle position of a monster on the field. This adds a Gogogo if it's detached. This one's bad. Gogogo-Goblinberg? What? You can't just make Goblinberg a Gogogo. He has to go through training for that. When this card is normal summoned, you can activate this effect. You cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of the turn, except Xyz monsters. Special summon a non-warrior Gogogo monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard. Then if this card is in attack position, change it to defense position, and it adds a Dododo. Okay, well, one of them had to be good. All right, well, one of them had to be good. And then finally we have Dodo Warrior. That's not what it is. Dodo Warrior? It is. Wow, 4 does. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. You can send a Dodo monster from your deck to the graveyard. Oh my god. Okay. This one's circular. This one is circular. You can send a Dodo monster from your deck to the graveyard. You cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of the turn. Special summon this card from your hand, but its level becomes 4, and its attack becomes 1800. If this card is detached to activate an Xyz monster's effect, you can add a Zubaba Bancho Gagaga code from your deck to your hand. Okay, all right. So, wow. 4 real bangers, I'm not going to lie. Well, 3 bangers and Gagaga Ganbara Knight. Future number 0, Utopic Future Zexal. Gains attack and defense equal to the total ranks of all Xyz monsters you control and in your opponent's graveyard times 500. Hold up. Your opponent's monsters cannot target monsters for attacks except this one. Cannot target other cards in the field with the card effects. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a card effect on the field, you can detach a material from this card, take control of a monster your opponent controls. Also, this card can't be destroyed by battle or card effects this turn. Huh. So, I'll come back to this in a sec. And finally, Gaga Girl. 4 Gas. Gaga Girl. If this card has a Zubaba, Gagaga, Dododo, and or Dododo as material, detach a material, add a Gagaga, Onomato, or Xyz card from your deck to your hand. Okay, this one's fucking insane. If a Utopic Future Xyz monster that has this card as material gains this effect, if Xyz summoned, it can attack twice this turn. And Heroic Champion Magnum Excalibur, if this card battles an opponent's monster during damage calculation, you can detach 2 materials from this card. This card's current attack becomes doubled during damage calculation only. Okay. Once per turn during the main phase, you can target another face of monster you control, equip it as an equip spell that makes it gain 2000 attack and defense. Okay, so this does nothing. This is a nothing card that maybe triggers the when a monster is equipped effects on some better cards. Gagaga Hope Tactics. Utopic or Utopia Xyz, whose original attribute is light, can't be destroyed by card effects or targeted by card effects. You can declare a level from 1 to 12 and target 2 face-up monsters you control, including a Gagaga. Their levels become the declared level. Can this modulate the levels on a card that doesn't have levels? If you Xyz summon a Utopic or a Utopia Xyz monster, whose original attribute is light, you can target a card your opponent controls, destroy it. Xyz Unbreakable Barrier. When a spell trap card or monster effect is activated and you control an Xyz monster, negate the activation, detach 2 materials from your monsters, then destroy a card on the field. It's so fucking funny that they were like, that's right, we made one of your guys Varudris. You have to play 4 bricks to get there, but one of your guys is going to be an Xyz that already exists. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target an Xyz monster you control, attach a light Utopia or Utopic Xyz monster from your graveyard to it as material. Oh, man. Wow, these are hard to get a beat on. I'm going to say a sentence that I think you probably all don't want to hear. It's not enough. It's not remotely enough. Man, I'm so sorry about this. The cards are good. I'll be completely honest with you. The cards are good. Zubaba Knight's great. Gogogo-Goblinberg's great. Dododo Warrior's good. The existing Gogogo, Dododo, PPP, Poo-Poo-Poo, and Utopic monsters are already insane. They're unbelievable. They represent a nigh infinite amount of material if you can find Automata and you can find Automata way easier now that you have like searchers for it. I think you can just straight up get it off of Gaga Gaga Girl, which is any 2-level force, right? But the problem with Utopia has never been the strength of its 4s. It has never been that there aren't enough good 4-stars. The 4-stars in that deck are out of the fucking world. The extra deck is kinda shit. It's a combination of extremely tight, because you're playing cards like Utopic Future, Zexal, Dragonar, or Utopic Future and Dragonar that require all of these little setup pieces, as well as non-repeatable, because you want to have the flexibility to go into something like Hope Harbinger and something like Baguska if the matchup depends on it. As a result, the deck is really not repeatable and folds to, I'm going to pick your board apart. Into anything this format, you kind of have to be thinking, how does this beat Ext Send Mirrorlogic Aggregator? And the Utopia end board doesn't really have a good answer for that. This counter trap is really cool. It's very powerful. There was already a powerful searchable counter trap for this archetype. It's that numbers counter trap, which functionally does the exact same thing. Sure, it was a little harder to get to, but listen, there's like nothing these cards do changes the game plan of Utopia. And the problem with Utopia is its game plan. It is not the cards that get you to the game plan. You can expect to get to what you want in Utopia 100% of the time. You just need to be dreaming bigger. Now, is there a chance these cards get played in a different, better deck? Someone else who's theoretically making rank 4s and wants very much a bunch of repeatable, powerful starters and extenders. It's possible. But honestly, I really do not see the allure of playing these cards over the Fiendsmiths or the Mitsurugis. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if they showed up in that capacity, but who knows? Are there people nostalgic for Zexal? You're going to hate hearing this. Yes. There are. There are people who are like, where's Zexal 3? I hate getting old, man. I hate getting old. Yeah, the board is very sticky. It's hard to destroy. But, like, I don't buy it yet. This is the greatest Ryziel engine of all time. Again, I'm willing to be wrong about that. If people can find... If people value the consistency of these cards over the increase on the ceiling that something like Mitsurugi adds to Ryziel, or the ability to play through dimensional barrier that Fiendsmith adds to Ryziel, then yeah, I could see these. If there's a good argument that the stuff these provide for the deck is better, I could see it being playable in that capacity. At present, I am unconvinced. It's so rough. It's exact. You know what it is? It's exactly like Hero. It's exactly like Hero. I'm probably the only other person on this planet that can share Jaxel's pain in this instance. They got 9 new cards that you do have to play, and the deck is probably in a worse position than it was before. Oh, man. Do we need to rebuild it from the ground up like Hero? There's no way to do it with Utopia. There's hardly a way to do it with Hero. Things will improve for Fiendsmith Hero once Alan rolls around, because they have a new card that's great and doesn't lock you. But there's no way to do it for Utopia. All these cards do is make rank 4s. All they do is make rank 4s. The best thing they ever did that wasn't just make rank 4s was throw 2 2s into Gallant Granite in service of Adamancipator. Do you think the problem is the locks? In this deck specifically, I think the problem is all of the cards are built to make this guy or UFD or something like that. And like that's just not very good. Next up. Let's talk about a good deck. Yummy, 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 yum. All right, first and foremost, awesome. I fucking love Yu-Gi-Oh! It's times like this where I'm like, no, this is the greatest card game of all time. What's the new tier 1 archetype? Oh, it's like cats, but the cats are also little treats. And so we have like this one is like a cookie, and this one is like a parfait. Everybody loves parfait. You know, not everybody likes onions. Cake! Everybody loves cake. Cake has layers. I don't care what everybody likes. Ogres are not like cakes. You know what else everybody likes? Parfait. You ever meet somebody, you say, hey, let's go get a parfait? They say, no, I don't like no parfait. Man, I could still probably do the whole movie. Anyway, you can special summon with the first effect of this card's name once per turn. You can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. If you control a Link 1 or a Level 2 Synchro, you can special summon this card from your hand. And if normally special summoned, you can add a Yummy from your deck to your hand. Hello. You're looking yummy.
I know.
Jillian's doing poses off screen. And now she's getting naked.
Ah! No, it's just Joseph really likes when I wear cozy sweaters. So now whenever I put on a cozy sweater, I act seductive.
Jillian's a very thirsty young woman.
I'm older than you.
Jillian's a very thirsty old lady.
I'm going to go to the library.
Okay.
Try not to spend all day thinking about me in this sweater.
Yeah, okay.
Oh.
I got work to do.
Oh. Trying to seduce my husband.
You're trying to go to the library.
And me wearing a cozy sweater and glasses and
She's
say
coming
I'm going
back.
to the library isn't doing it for you? I know it is. Chat, I know it is.
You came back to argue with me. All right.
Is that a card in your pants, or are you just happy to see me?
If this card is normally special summoned, you could add a Yummy card from your deck to your hand, except for Cupsy Yummy. Or if it was special summoned by a Synchro Monsters effect, you can draw a card instead. We have Cookie Yummy. You can only special summon with the first effect of this card's name once per turn. You control Link 1 or Level 2 Synchro. You can special this from your hand. Target a face of monster your opponent controls that loses 1,000 attack, or you can destroy it if it was summoned by a Synchro Monsters effect. Same deal. You can target a card in your opponent's graveyard, shuffle it into the deck, or if special summoned by a Synchro Monsters effect, you can banish it instead. That's like worse. All right, let's talk about the twos. Cupsy Yummy Way. For this card's Synchro summon, you can treat a Link 1 monster you control as a level 1 tuner. Ah. Jillian just said from downstairs, she said, level 1 tuner, more like level 1 gooner.
I thought it was funny.
It was funny, yeah. If this card is Synchro summoned, you can add 2 Yummy monsters from your deck to your hand, then discard a card. That's insane. And when your opponent activates a card or effect, you can return this card to the extra deck to special 2 Yummies from your graveyard. Including, I imagine, the guy who pops, the guy who shuffles. That's pretty cool.
Man, these clippers suck. Are these the new ones?
I got these because you stole my last clippers.
I didn't steal them.
Then where are they?
I don't know.
Oh, huh. Who was the last person to use them?
Wait, are these the new ones you just
These
got?
are the new ones.
I'm so sorry. I'll get you better ones.
Oh my gosh. Jillian loves to come in here and steal my clippers. Then she goes, wow, these new clippers you got suck.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I get you better nail clippers, I guess.
All right, so I think the lore of the Yummies is the alien is the claw from the claw machine, and they're trying to get the little treats. So this is the one where they get the parfait. This is the one where they get the cookie. For this card's Synchro Summon, you can treat a Link 1 monster you control as a level 1 tuner. If this card is Synchro Summoned, you can target up to 2 face-up monsters on the field, change them to face-down defense position, and when your opponent activates a card effect, you can tag out. And here's the one getting the lollipop. Why is he so mad about this one? For this card, Synchro Summon, you can treat a Link 1 you control as a level 1 tuner. If this card is Synchro Summon, you can special summon 2 Yummies from your graveyard. Holy shit. When your opponent activates a card effect, you can return this card to the extra deck, special summon 2 Yummy monsters from your grave. Okay. And here's the guy, Yummy Snatchy! Oh, this is so cute. Yummy Snatchy. This is me in real life, actually. If this card is special summoned, you can put a Yummy field spell. The link that searches the field spell. The link that searches the field spell. The link that searches the field spell. Once per chain during the main phase or your opponent's battle phase, you can pay 100. Immediately after this effect resolves, Synchro Summon using a Yummy monster you control. Am I fucked up about this? How do you make the 2s? Because these are 2s. They're 1s. Okay, never mind. Yummysment? Yummysment? What is this? Yumusement. Ugh, they're trying on this one. There's no way it's called that. Yummy monsters you control gain 500 for each light beast on the field. If you control Link 1, you can target a level 1 Yummy in your graveyard, special summon it. If this card is in your graveyard, target 2 Yummies in your graveyard of banishment, place them and this card on the bottom of the deck in any order. Oh, and we have the cookie one too. If you Synchro Summon a Light Beast Synchro, you can target a card your opponent controls, destroy it. If a face-up monster you control leaves the field by an opponent's card effect, special summon a Yummy from your deck, and if this is in your graveyard, you can put this card on the bottom of the deck. Finally, we have a trap card, Yummy Redemption. Monsters your opponent controls lose 200 for each Light Beast you control and in your graveyard. Once per chain, if you Synchro Summon a Light Beast Synchro, you can draw a card, then place a card from your hand on the bottom of the deck. You can banish a card from your graveyard, target a Yummy monster you control and a monster your opponent controls. Switch control of both. Oh. Okay. I'm going to agree. I'm going to come out and say it. I think these cards are pretty good. I think they're quite playable. People have already come up with 1 trillion combos for them. Here's one by Adam.
Don't mess with my gang, or you'll be messing with Oopie Goopy, General Munchkin Man, Lil Jim Bob, and worst of all, Larry.
Not Larry. This combo seems pretty good. I don't think it's necessarily like the best thing you can be doing turn 1, but it's definitely like fine, right? Okay, here's an actual combo. I love Dueling Book replays. Oh, it didn't fix it. There we go. Okay, this time it did work for no reason. All right, we got Lollipo Yummy. Putting everything back here. We want to show off double Lollipop. Lollipop for Snatchy. Yummy. Into Yummy Way. Yummy Way effect. Get back Snatchy. Get back Lollipop. This is Summon 5. Rough. But you can, of course, do Link Spider and a level 1 extender back to combo. I don't know about that. Cupsy Yummy Way. Cupsy. Grab Cookie. Grab Cupsy. Cupsy. Grab Cookie. Cookie. Snatchy again. Grab Minion. Minion grab Lollipop. Anima. So you can anema in order to synchro while Snatchy is still on field. Okay, I get it. So this is any two yummies. This is like super annoying to interact with too. Oh, this is an opponent's turn. Yeah. They're going to do it here. These two for Cookie, which books 2. If they go for an effect, you use one of them to bring back Cupsy, Snatchy. You can go Cupsy effect. Snatchy triggers on Reborn. We tag out for the other field spell. That's fucking annoying. Grab Larry. Snatchy here. Do another synchro. It's Cupsy Yummy Way again. That's going to draw 2, discard 1, but we get to pop 1 because of a Crookie. And then because we discarded the redemption we added, we can now switcheroo. And then if they activate another card, we get to tag out the last one, get 2 guys back. And that's Pop and a DD Crow. That is so cute! Fuck, this is like not bad. And that's, I know a lot of people are going to see that and they're going to be like, oh, it's a 2-card combo, it's a 2-card combo. It's a 2-card combo in the way that Sprite is 2-card combos, right? It's like any 2 names does that. This is the worst combo I've seen from the deck too. True. Here's another combo.
The street is,
You messed with my gang.
so you're getting a not-so-friendly visit from Gub Gub, Senor Beatdown, Halloween Joe, and the ace up my sleeve, Larry.
No!
Wordle?
No! This combo's pretty good as well. I also like Senior Beatdown. They add a little strong bad to the voice. A little Senior Beatdown.
Gub Gub, Senor Beatdown.
Senor Beatdown. Senor Mortgage. 555555558555555. Senor Mortgage. Today. No probalo. Oh no. Please load. I have to get the Cupsy. Cookie. Why can't I? Oh, I haven't signed in. Are there any other ones I should put on? Cupsy? Could someone link me Cupsy? Let's just go to Farfaz and steal his. Oh my god. He has like 1 trillion. Cupsy. Oh, everybody's using this. Cookie want Boing Boing. Is this anything? For sure. For sure, yeah. That's definitely something. All right, we have one more. And that's this. The next V-Jump promo is Evil Karibo. No. Karibo has become evil. We'll get it on March 7th. All right, that's it. That's all new cards, PogChamp. All right, we have this is Dark Woke Karibo. Yeah. Karibo is Dark Woke. Ah. Just got some bad news. What happened, Troll Despair? I have to jump off a bridge and jump. Off a bridge. Am I getting fired? Yeah. No, Vlad, I wouldn't fire you. You know, not until dual tainting falls off.
Will this hurt, Doc? I said to Doctor.
Yes, you dumbass boy.
Said the fuck you guy who is my doctor now.
I love the fuck you guy audios. Yes, you dumbass boy. Can you cover the alt arts? Yeah, I guess so. There's some alt arts. They all kind of suck. Like, what's going on here? Why are the alt arts so bad? All right, here we go. So if Dia Bellstar has an alt art. I don't know if I like this one. I like, she looks a little too put together in this one on the right. This isn't hashtag not my Dia Bellstar. It's post lore. Wait, is this? I thought she died at the end. This is afterwards? She was a librarian the whole time? She went back to being a nerd again? She's like, you know what she is? She's like woman Harrison Ford. She's like Indiana Jones. Next up, Lady Lab. I hate this Lady Lab. What's going on in this Lady Lab image? She's like just kind of kneeling in a pool of statues. All my friends are dead. Her friends would never be dead. The statues are the servants? What? What caused the servants to turn into stone? Her servants are living statues. Oh, I see. They were always stone. Okay, I get it. We have a bunch of Dark Paladin alt arts for Rush Duel that we'll never get. Seven's Wonder Fusion. We just have a picture of a beautiful lady. The Secret of Manifestation is what if explaining the cosmos to an American. We have Wicked Shadow Dark Lurker. That's what I'm looking like. We have a Called by the Grave, which is one of the VTubers falls in a hole. They're like they're playing a what appears to be a Flintstones RPG with Trouble Sunny, and one of them falls in a hole. It's Monster Hunter. It's Flintstones, right? I hate there's clearly Flintstones in here, right? She's wearing the Yabba Dabba Doo shirt. Flintstones? The UI is Monster Hunter. They shelled out extra for the cosmetics. It's Ark. I see. Wow, people are so mad that they're like, it's fucking Monster Hunter, dude. It's Pokemon. We have... Oh, we already had this. This one is kind of fucked up to me because it implies either the pot is enormous or that Eldritch is really small. I hate this art. What's going on here? Why can't Eldritch just be holding the pot of extravagance? They're in like a soup. I don't like this at all. The Lightning Storm art, I'm sorry, I really just like the old Lightning Storm. It's like a Raigeki coming down from a mystical space typhoon, which is what, or a heavy storm rather. That's what it should be. This is cool. I like the little blasts, but I don't know. I just, that's Lightning Storm, man. I haven't liked any of the alt arts yet. I feel like such a fucking asshole, but I don't like any of the alt arts. They're not iconic. Now MBT is the Yugi Boomer. The one on the left is like, do you got good writing? And then the one on the right is like, no, but we have aura farming and hype moments. And the one on the left is like, the solo leveling alt arts. Joseph, what? After new cards, I need to ask you a question. Ask me. Ask away. What the fuck is Gage playing? Good question. So he was playing Evolsaur, which was fine. It's a good deck. I don't know if he's moving off it for this week. We'll see. Joseph, can you search the Marvel meme? I actually have it right here. Why is the writings good? When an anime fan tries to watch Marvel, where's the massive sword fights? Why is the writing good? Gra, where is the dumbass Gundams? Where's the over-sexualized big titty women? Where's the child porn? What the hell? Why is the acting so good? Okay, Marvel bros, I think we can all agree, anime sucks. True. Why is everyone mad at me for browsing 196? I Googled, why is the writing good meme, and I clicked the first one that had the entire image. Me when I go to reddit.com. Why are you on reddit.com? What is that? What is 196? I imagine it's just someone's like personal sub, right? That they just put their memes on. Master Duel Story Mode explains the extra of alt art. Oh, good. Oh, it's maybe the Eldlixir. I don't know. Check the Will DMs. I did. It looks cool. I don't think you're beating with Cyber, so maybe we go memes. Who, Gage? We already beat Gage with Cyberse twice. You missed some of the alt arts? No, we did these last time. I do like Valor, but like most of these we already have. None, like I guess the Charmers are new. I hate the fucking Nibiru, dude. The Nibiru is so fucking bad.